You are?
Jam. Libin.
Jam and
Libin.
Levin. Nice to meet you guys.
Nice to meet you.
So the question is, in this economy, do you think it's hard for people to rent?
Yeah, I would say so. 100%. I feel like everything's so expensive nowadays with inflation, and obviously rent is also expensive. So yeah.
What about you?
Same thing. Like the rising of prices with everything, so it's hard to like keep up.
Yes.
So you think like in general, like these things are going up. Now let me ask you a futuristic question, a fun one, okay? Like Tesla's coming up with autonomous driving, there's going to be self-driving cars. Most likely 10, 15 years from now, most of the people don't even need to drive a car, right? To get around. Do you see a future, and a lot of young people like ourselves, we don't really like have that emotional attachment that our parents have for a permanent place to live in that we call home. Like we're more in for the freedom, right? Like, we can work from home. Let's say if you feel like working from Toronto for a month, we can do that. Let's say we want to work from Port Credit for a month, you can do that. Do you see that happening in the distant future where like permanent residence, the whole concept about having a home to live in goes away and people will become more mobile, Do you see that happening?
I do. I feel like currently there's people who like, for example, they would have their house rented out to Airbnb, right? So they would be living like at their house part-time, and then the other part-time they'd be like traveling, etc. So I feel like that's already happening in some degree, but I know there's like laws and regulations that are like currently restricting how many months in the year that they can rent out their houses. But yeah, I definitely think it's a possibility just because of like, of course, we can't afford houses. I think like condos, apartments are like the future, and then people moving around and etc. So
Interesting.
yeah.
What about you?
No, I definitely agree. There's this whole thing like digital nomads nowadays where people like go to Japan and work from there, and they just don't have a permanent residence. So they could be working 1 month in Japan, 1 month in Thailand, 1 month in South Korea. So it's like, I think it's like in the near future, I could see that happening, especially like even just more local, not just like across the world.
Would you guys try it for yourself?
Maybe. I've like lived my entire life in Mississauga and Toronto, so I'm more hesitant of traveling. How about you?
I would, yeah. I would live like many places at a time, yeah.
You get bored, right, of one place. And every
Travel, but I wouldn't live. I think.
and I feel like every time when you go to a new place, you discover a new you. I don't know if you felt that.
That's true.
Yeah, very
My
true.
fault.
Thank you so much, guys. Enjoy the rest of your day. It was a pleasure meeting you guys. Spencer, by the way. Yeah. Yeah. All right,
Sorry,
all right, take care. Yeah.